3 days before Thanksgiving, my phone vibrated with a message that cut deep. You're not welcome anymore. Stay away. I sat behind my sleek walnut desk, 40 floors above the glittering Hudson River, snowflakes dusting Manhattan's skyline. Below, guests glided from polished cars into the radiant lobby of the Meridian Luxe Hotel, my hotel. My family had no clue I owned it. The irony nearly drew a bitter laugh. Then another text. We'll be at the Meridian tomorrow for our tradition. At least we have that, despite your mess. Their tradition. For 22 years, the Langley family had made the Meridian their Thanksgiving sanctuary, a place where I'd felt like an outcast since I was 15. I dialed my assistant. Mira, pull the Langley Thanksgiving reservation, I said, voice steady despite the sting. On my screen, Ms. Langley, Mira replied. Your parents, sister, and brother arrive tomorrow. 3 presidential suites, full service, as always. I leaned back, last Thanksgiving's wounds reopening. You want to funnel Langley money into soup kitchens? My father had scoffed, tossing my proposal aside like trash. We back symphonies and galleries, not hobos and strays. People are hurting, Dad, I'd said, firm yet calm. We can make a difference. My mother's lips tightened. You're channeling Aunt Clara. Her antics disgraced us. Aunt Clara, banished for her social justice work decades ago, the same woman who'd secretly financed my purchase of the Meridian Luxe last fall? My sister Sophie sneered. Honestly, Ava, are you even a Langley? My brother Lucas chuckled. Let her play savior with her pennies. Oh, right, she has none. They were blind to my empire. The Meridian was one of 9 properties I owned across 3 continents, paired with 2 foundations fueling real change. This year, I ignored my mother's text and reassigned their suites to my staff. Housekeepers, cooks, night porters, who'd earned luxury more than my family ever had. Let them arrive and taste exclusion. My phone buzzed again, a photo from Sophie, the family at our old Stamford estate, toasting with crystal flutes, plotting their Meridian feast. Caption, shame you'll be alone. Maybe you'll sling gruel at a shelter. I smiled, not from spite, but pride. They had no idea what I'd done with the Meridian. Lavish menus were swapped for sustainable local partnerships. Geothermal systems cut costs while preserving opulence. A quiet program for unhoused families had placed 60 people in steady jobs. The Meridian wasn't just a hotel, it was a mission, a refuge. They were too steeped in privilege to see it. I pressed the intercom. Mira, connect me to Manager Reyes. Ms. Langley, Reyes said moments later. How can I help? The Langley reservation, I said. Still the usual suite block? Yes, 3 suites, premium amenities per their specs. He paused. They don't know you're the owner. Correct? I said, exhaling. Cancel it. Everything. A beat. The whole booking? They've come for years. I know. Cancel it. Notify them? No, I said, a faint smile forming. I'll do it. I texted my mother. Meridian just called. Your reservation's canceled. Her reply was instant. What? Impossible. We booked in May. Not anymore, I typed. My father's call came next. I let it go to voicemail. Then Sophie. Dad's on with the manager. This is a mix-up. I set my phone down. No mix-up, Sophie. For once, you're the outsiders. Not because I'm different, but because this is mine. The way to claim your place isn't groveling for their table. It's building your own and locking the door. My father texted, the manager says the owner canceled. Outrageous. We're loyal clients. I replied, the owner did cancel. She's also ending your standing reservation. A pause. My mother. She? Since when does a woman own the Meridian? My fingers were steady. Since I bought it last fall? Silence. Then texts flooded in. Lucas. Stop messing around, Ava. Sophie. Not funny. My father. What are you talking about? I opened my drawer, pulling out the deed. Meridian Luxe, owned by Langley Global Holdings. I snapped a photo and sent it to the group chat. Dead air. My mother. No way. You run a charity. I laughed aloud. They thought I was toiling at a local nonprofit, never asking how I afforded my Tribeca loft or transatlantic flights. Never wondering about my contracts with UN initiatives or speeches at global forums. Read the deed, Mom. The Meridian's mine. Your sacred place belongs to the daughter you shut out. The office phone rang. Ava, your father wants the owner, Mira said. Put him through, I said, grinning. Ava, my father's voice rasped, strained. What's this about? Nothing yet, I said coolly. But it's time we discussed privilege and consequences. Phone or in person. My office has a great view of your old suites. The silence carried 20 years of weight. An hour later, they entered my office like scolded children. Sophie hid behind oversized shades. Lucas toyed with his watch. My parents stood stiff, their arrogance replaced by unease and a hint of fear. Sit, I said, gesturing to the chairs. The Meridian sparkled through the glass behind me. My kingdom. How? My father demanded, refusing to sit. How did you afford this? I leaned back. While you ridiculed my ideals, I built an empire. You never asked what I was doing, I said quietly. Too busy mocking my bleeding heart to see I was building something real. Building what? Sophie snapped, her voice shaky. Langley Global Holdings, I said. 9 luxury properties across 3 continents. All sustainable, all profitable, all tied to social impact. My mother collapsed into a chair. 9 properties? She whispered. I don't run a charity, I said. I partner with them. We fund job training, housing, recovery programs. The Meridian alone has rebuilt 350 lives. Lucas scoffed. You're making this up. I hit the intercom. Mira, bring the portfolio. Mira arrived with a leather binder distributing reports. Deeds, financials, impact data, investor profiles. My father flipped through, his face ashen. $7 billion in assets, he muttered. 40% above industry margins, I added. Kindness scales. Sophie tossed her packet down. So you're rich. Point made. Canceling our booking is petty. Petty? I stood, voice calm. Like being barred from 20 Thanksgivings? Like having my ideas dismissed for not fitting your snobbery? My mother's voice cracked. We're family. I laughed softly. Was it family when you cut off Aunt Clara for her values? When you erased her for choosing purpose over prestige? They winced. I tapped my desk and the screen lit up. Aunt Clara's face appeared, beaming. Hello, Edward, she said to my father, voice cool. Surprise. You're involved? He stammered. I funded Ava's Meridian purchase, Clara said. I saw her vision when you wouldn't. You took our place, my mother accused. Clara's smile sharpened. Your place? Where you diminished Ava while she built something that uplifts thousands? We'll sue, Lucas blurted. We have booking rights. Check the contract, I said. It expired last month. I didn't renew. Silence choked the room. Outside, Manhattan pulsed, guests entering the Meridian, oblivious to the unraveling above. What do you want, Ava? My father asked, voice low. I turned to the window. I want you to see what you missed. About me, about success. I faced them. The Meridian isn't just a hotel, it's a platform. Our properties have changed 500 lives. Our green systems set industry standards. We've shown profit and purpose can coexist. And we just accept you're right? Sophie challenged. No, I said. You learn there's more than your narrow vision. I tapped my tablet. The screen showed a mother graduating our program, a veteran starting his own cafe, a school in Vietnam funded by our Singapore hotel. This, I said, is what counts. My father slumped. I was wrong, he whispered. We all were, my mother added, tears falling. Sophie's defiance faded. Lucas asked, what now? I sat. Tomorrow we host Thanksgiving for staff, trainees, anyone needing a place. You're welcome, not as elites, but as people ready to learn. You'd let us come? My mother asked, voice breaking. This isn't revenge, I said. It's about showing what's possible when you care. Clara smiled. Ava's built something your parents would have cherished, Edward, for its impact. My father stood. We need time. Take it, I said. Thanksgiving's at 6. Come ready to see the Meridian anew. They left silently, their certainty crumbling. Clara's voice broke the quiet. You changed everything, Ava. We did, I said. You believed in me. They'll come, she said. Their eyes are opening. She was right. The next evening, they arrived in modest cars, no pomp. The Meridian's ballroom buzzed with staff, program graduates, and strangers sharing gratitude. My family sat, listened to stories of triumph, recovery, new starts, hope. They didn't interrupt, they absorbed. Now, Sophie leads our education initiatives. Lucas works with shelters. My parents host Meridian events praising my vision. A journalist asked, "Why not cut them off?" I showed her a photo of my family serving at that Thanksgiving, connecting, growing. Because, I said, transformation beats punishment. The Meridian shines as a beacon of purpose-driven luxury. Every Thanksgiving, we gather, not as the old Langleys, but as something better, earned through understanding. Sometimes you abandon the paradise your soul to build one that matters.